Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for keep you waiting. Despite of the fact we are few, but our group is very important group. Because our group, this is really the result-oriented group. Without the collaboration of the private sector, the public sector, the NGO, the civil society, no development will take place. So all of us, we are leaders. So let's introduce.
I'm Netake Toda. I work in public sector.
I am Joseph Mutashobia. I'm the bureaucrat working in the public sector.
As you see, it is very simple, specific, precise, to the point. That's why I said from the beginning, we are result-oriented. So this is exactly what's happening all over the world. The triangle. You have the public sector, the private sector, the NGO, grassroots, the civil society. So our vision is one team, one goal, hand in hand. Through communication, through sharing, through educating and training, we will be achieving our vision. We wanted to see the world in 5 years' time, all together, one team, work together, the private sector, where is the money, to believe of the importance of the NGO, because if there is no grassroots from the NGO, no future customer. So this is what the social responsibility is all about. I will give the turn to my colleague, Joseph, to talk about the obstacles, the problems.
What is stopping the private sector to work with the stakeholders or the beneficiaries? Basically, you find that access to information today to beneficiaries is a problem. If it is production, whether it's agricultural or small-scale industries, the beneficiaries have no information of what is the ruling price in the world. Where can they sell their output? How do they get that information? Even if that information was there, there is no internet connection to remote areas, to villages. And the bureaucrat, the public sector, has the information, wants to use the traditional way of marketing the products from the grassroots to the market through the middlemen who make the supply chain longer and therefore more expensive. The end result is that the producer will earn, if he's like 30% of the price asking on the world market. In order to remove the obstacles, which are basically lack of information, lack of electrical power, whereby if internet was accessible in remote areas, then farmers would know what is the ruling price at the world market. Through forming cooperatives, then they would be able to market their products through the fair trade arrangement. 3, lack of access to markets, not knowing in which country the product which they are producing would be sold, or the services which they have could be wanted and therefore fetch a price.
So what we should do? We propose that from the planning stage, all sectors should be involved, and human mobility across the sectors. For example, I now in private sector go to NGO, and NGO go to public sector come to private sector.
What we are demonstrating here has already started. Unilever International, through its agricultural sector, have introduced a project in Africa called the Alan Blackier project. In this, Unilever aims at reducing poverty in some of the sub-Saharan Africa and even West Africa. What they have done is they have revived the Alan Blackier tree, which would take 20 years to mature, but they have brought a hybrid which will take 7 to 8 years to yield products. They have come to the grassroots and they have taught cooperative methods and business methods to the local communities who have gathered into cooperatives. By doing so, the locals will be picking the fruit, selling it through cooperatives, and then Unilever would buy the oil which is crushed from the Alan Blackier fruit, and then it will use it to make margarine in Western countries. Multinationals could organize the grassroots like that, then the world would be a better place, since the private sector would be working with the beneficiaries and therefore there would be harmony. As my colleague said, this is a practical, ideal model which we expect in 5 years' time. Thank you very much. Together, we can achieve this, our vision.